Thank you so much for staying tuned to this channel. If you just joined us, this is TMI. You can call it This Morning on ITV. Atiosa, what do you think should be the way out of this? We'll talk about the fuel scarcity issue. It's biting really hard in Warri, 500 naira per litre, while some other states, normal price, pump price, in Edo State, 300, 400. What in the world is happening?
It is very simple.
Or is it the downturn of the APC government?
You see, when you're running a government,
Yeah.
there are certain elements within the system, just like it happened in South Africa, where the South Africans were working in the mines, and they complained that the money that was being paid was not enough for them to live off. And then there was an uprising, and then at a point, those holding the economy, which is the apartheid people from the Western world, who owns the economy. A black man might be ruling in South Africa, but the economy is strangled by the Westerners, the white people that live there. They end up ordering the shooting and killing of a lot of these people who were protesting. But at the same time, they also reached some sort of resolution, but nothing has changed much. What I'm trying to say in essence is that there are ways you run government, and there are elements within the country who might be of a different political divide in this case, who will be sabotaging your efforts. Since the government came on board and the price of petrol was increased to 165, I can say equivocally that for over 6 years, today, the supply of petrol was reasonably stable. That is how they also brought in the swap system, whereby companies take our crude oil to certain countries in the West, they refine and give us the products we need. It may not be the best economically for the country, but looking at where we were coming from because of the rot in the 16 years of the previous government, they were able to come up with that model, which I believe would have phased out the issues of fuel scarcity. If you have a situation whereby fuel is sold in Warri, one is in Edo State for 180 naira per litre, and in Benin City, where it is more easier to access, where better roads are available to bring product into the town, and then for some reason, the marketers are hoarding this product and creating artificial scarcity just to make the government of the day look bad, it means that the wickedness does not stop in the villa. If you say the villa may have been doing this from the notion it's trying to sell to the people, the guys who are marketers that have owned these licenses from day one, from the First Republic from 1999, feels the need to say, well, this is the time to pay back our beneficiaries who gave us this license to operate, and then they start to hoard fuel. When they're importing fuel from outside from the West, the fuel is diverted. When they have fuel in the depots, they don't want to supply it because at the same time, people take advantage of these problems. If you go everywhere now in Edo, you see people selling fuel at 1,000 naira a litre. Who can afford to buy that on black markets? They go to the petrol stations where they have little fuel available, they buy it at a certain price, they take advantage to make money, risking their life in the process. So what I'm trying to say is that those that are pleased, I want to beg them, those elements within the opposition party, or even those who are within the party that is ruling, who feels the need, or perhaps the uprising party, who feels the need that it is good to hold this fear in some state to create the hatred for the current government, you are not doing the government a disservice because they are leaving. It is the people, the innocent people that you are punishing. People can't even go to work now. Look at the queue at Bouvet petrol station is almost getting to Adesawa Junction. Only because the product is made available, certain elements within the country who wants to hide under the umbrella of blaming the government of the day is holding this fuel like they hold the dollars, pretending for there to be scarcity, tripling the cost of procuring this product. To me, it is satanic. The problem is not the federal government per se, it is the marketers who are beneficiary from the First Republic.
But they are saying it's the federal government, that they don't have a grasp of what is going on in the downstream or upstream sector.
No, they do have a grasp of what is going on. You see, why is it happening now? An election period. Because they want to rise up the common man on the street who does not really understand the organogram of how these things work against the current government to have a political advantage over them. But unfortunately for them, they don't know that what goes around comes around. Karma is waiting for you. I know that an effort is being made to stabilize these things. And these problems have started from a long time ago. And this issue also is tied back to the CBN as well. In
what ways, how?
Making the transactions within the importers, Nigeria being the sole importer of this product, they can decide to come up with any form of excuse to say that this product is XYZ, and at the same time, they are not selling it. And they are selling it at a place you buy for 500, the place you buy for 180, the other place you buy for 300. Areas where you should sell for 185 or 180 or 165 or 175, they are selling it for 500, 600. Who is the immediate people taking the brunt? Is it not the common man on the streets? It means that they cannot run their business in an economy that the power system has been over time very slow in terms of growth. And at the same time, most of us, and everybody here is suffering it now. There's hardly any vehicles on the road, only because they know that it's an election year. So when they do this, people will not vote against the APC government or APC political party or members. No.
So you're saying it's so political?
All that is happening is complete sabotage. That is why you see the presidential candidate of the APC, Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, says they are trying to sabotage the process and the system of this election. Why the opposition is quiet in that area? Because they probably maybe part of what is creating the problem, and at the same time making the common man suffer. People go home, they use generator. They are at work, they use generator. We visited the place the other day with my senatorial candidates at a B-Wage. They've not had light for 5 years. We had to work with these people when they complained what their problem was, and the senatorial candidates in APC gave them the resources that they need to fix their transformation, and they were very happy. Whatever he has given us does not affect him. But it was because of the campaign processes that took us there, that helped us, give us the leverage to help them. Our people will go about their business if they give them light, power, and security most of the time. For these political party desperados in the opposition to want to create a bubble and create scarcity in areas where they feel they can upturn the wish or views of the people against the current government, for me, I don't think it's a very good thing. Because at the end of the day, most hospitals operate on diesel and fuel. Most laboratories, there's a guy that runs a laboratory in one of the areas. He has to call me on the phone and said he wanted to get fuel. I had to speak to a few people I know on petrol station just to have a laboratory fuel to run a lab, to do tests for people who are sick. People need to do tests because the power supply is not constant, to check if they have malaria or typhoid or whatever, so that they can get the necessary drugs. If they don't have this fuel, they can operate. So you see that the whole thing is crippling the economy. And the people are suffering. So there's no excuse. There's nothing the opposition party will tell me or why they are getting involved in this kind of very nasty act to create hardship on the people who was already suffering from the Naira notes, all in the case of making the current government, bad. That is why they had to visit the president and say, look, you can't allow these people to create this problem. Because whether you like it or not, the economy cannot be fully taken over or be fully controlled by the government. There are independent people, because in government cannot employ everybody. What they call SMEs, small and medium scale, and majors, plays their role within the economy. So if they choose to run things like you go to the police station, they say bail is free, but you actually don't go out until you pay something. Those kind of character is what they are doing. And Nigerians are the ones punishing Nigeria because they are desperate to seize power from the APC. Yeah, so I think it's not a good thing. And they should stop it and allow these products to come out for people to go about their daily life. Things are already hard enough as it is.
But from what you said some members of the APC, members of the opposition or emerging parties, they are involved in this.
Well, I'm just trying to be a bit reasonable or open with my discussion when I say maybe some members of the APC. Because I'm a member of an APC, if I get up and say it is the PDP or Labour, I may sound biased. But trust me, not everybody in APC today supports certain candidates in APC as well. They have their own reasons why they enjoy the sabotage. That is why I said if they are involved, which I know there must be some, to be sincere with you, there will be some, even in my state, there are people who are not happy trying to sabotage the election process. When they get their way, it is, we pass that point, let's move on. When other people emerge, it becomes a do or die affair. No, this country is for everybody. The fuel crisis now, we are all suffering it. What pains me the most is that the common man on the streets, they are the ones who are skewed up now. People are telling me they can't even take their kids to school. They don't have fear to take their kids to school. Only because the PDP or whoever surrogate they have is happy to use the people they give licenses over time to hold the fuel and play into their pay beneficiaries over time
So,
to create hardship on the Nigerian people.
for what you say, for what you say right now, for what you say right now, they sabotage cuts across all major political parties.
I would say, because
you just reiterated it that some are not even happy, even in the same party, opposition, and you say, okay, fine now. Is there an end in sight to this fuel scarcity? After all, the election is just next month.
That is only human. What I know is that the president candidate of the APC, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has met with the president in Daura, in Katsina State, with some other governors of the party who are concerned about the pains and the sufferings of the Nigerian state. I said, look, even if we are playing politics, it should not get to this level where common man are suffering regardless. So the president should do something, and I know effort is being made. Certain majors has been spoken to in certain areas like in the southwest. They are trying to balance the book, and the same thing should be done in the south, especially in the way. I don't want to see our people suffering again. They should let these people sell the product at the right price, not collect subsidy from government and still sell at exorbitant price because you know you can compromise whoever is monitoring what you are doing. So the people, they say leadership is as good as followership. The people in our system, in Nigeria entire state, they are just not very nice people. They should stop what they are doing and forget the blame game and allow these people to live their life until better things are put in place that will make the life of the common Nigerians easier. I beg them with the name of God.
Thank you so much, Honorable Etiosa Gebo. You spoke on at length. Some people like he spoke true to power, and he was like trying to be moderate because, like, come on, Will, I'm the only one here. I just can't go all out, so to speak. Still, he made his points. Well, you've heard him. If you're among those holding the field, please release it. People are really suffering. Forget about APC, PDP, Labour, NNPP. Forget about politicking. Forget about playing politics. People need this product to survive. All right? Even the new note also, if you are holding it, please bring it out. Yeah? The masses, they are suffering. It's not about politics. It's not about politicking. You have to do the right thing. Okay? Once more, I really appreciate a wonderful analysis. Thank you so much for coming.